Welcome everybody. We're gonna actually cast the final set of Battlegrounds Custom 1400 bracket. Will be Sir Isaac versus gg.kabib. And take a quick look at the draft. We have Khabib with Japanese, Mongols he picked but got sniped, Berbers, Britons, Magyars, banned Malians. Interesting ban. The Manta will not be happy about that. And then Sir Isaac selecting Lithuanians, Khmer randomly getting, or yeah, Bulgarians randomly got sniped, Byzantines, and Franks and Hitch. Thank you for resubscribing for 21 months in a row. Appreciate that. But without further ado, guys, we are going to dive into game number one. Hitch is actually here with me. And unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see his notification on the screen, but we'll show that in a second. I will replay it for you, Hitch.
I feel honored. Thank you.
But on to Battlegrounds we go. And there it is. Alright, let me know when you're at 5 seconds, Hitch.
Hey,
Ready?
ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Lithuanians versus Magyars, not too big of a surprise on Lithuanians or Magyars, really. Two really good civs on this map, so will be very interesting to see how things progress. And, we are also witnessing yet another bugged map here.
Yeah, indeed we are. And it appears quite more than one people or mythic got played, and that's really too bad.
Yeah, it's another awkward one. Well, we've fixed a lot of different things. This one happening, and just these guys must have played before we were notified of this bug. But
Yeah, I never got a report of this one until until it was done here. Until we saw it in game 2 days ago.
yeah. And you said you think it's just of the deserty terrain, but nonetheless, these
Yep.
two did decide to play through here, so we will be observing how this one works out here. And oh boy, sorry guys, wrong button. But will be interesting to see how things progress. Which Civ do you like better in this matchup?
I mean, I don't know. They're both pretty good, right? Like it maybe depends on the relic control, and the relics are distributed a lot more widely than they are in standard battleground. So maybe that flavors the Lithuanian player a little bit. He does have two really close to his base, plus a third in the middle close to his base. So
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, with that extra attack, they will be able to outpace the Magyars if they choose to go for their own night line. So, gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out. I think Lithuanians have become quite a favored pick here since we've seen a lot of Mongol and Berber bands. Interestingly,
absolutely.
Khabib had Berbers in his draft as well as Mongols, so Sir Isaac just not too worried about those civilizations, it seems.
We'll have to see if he can deliver. All considered, I mean, the civs have been banned a lot for good reason, but maybe he doesn't have reason to fear him. That's a
Yeah,
better strat than we know of.
absolutely. And we now have the waypoint here for Sir Isaac to the mid, so he will be going out very early to get on a patch of ostrich here. So, not a bad situation. Moving out, always something we like to see on this map. Generally, something that we haven't really seen a ton of lately, though, in early ages. So, we'll be very interested to see how this works out for Sir Isaac.
Yeah, I mean, Lithuanians already start with extra food, so if he gets up before his opponent, gets scouts out before his opponent, as he's clicking loom here, 18 pop. So
Yeah, and I think he'll have enough coming off this goat and this ostrich here to actually click up, but looks like he's going to queue another veil since he didn't have it and didn't want to force the drop off. But very heavy commitment here in the middle with what is now 7 veils. Feudal Age will be coming in right behind this, so he will be up very nice and early. And then on the other side here for Khabib, he is going to continue to produce quite a few villagers here.
yeah,
Got
6
6
speed up.
queued.
So that's an FC, right? I mean, it better be. That
If it,
make you. Oh no,
yeah.
he canceled it.
Okay.
Loom's coming in.
Loom, and then I imagine he'll be going up. So, still going to be quite behind here, given scouts will be coming to his base. He's very open as well. His res is very distributed towards like the forward. Got gold and stone right on the front with his berries. 1 gold, 1 stone on either side. So he's going to be in a rough spot should scouts come in.
Yeah, but he does have the benefit at least of he has scouted Isaac's vills in the middle, so perhaps he'll be able to just react to that.
Yeah, that with the additional +1 attack immediately could favor him a little bit. To take fights with a little bit less numbers potentially, at least until we get some upgrades in. So walls are starting to come up for Khabib. Barracks back at home as well, so should be seeing spear defense.
Yeah, and it's Isaac's going to be to scouts first, but it's not going to be that big of an advantage, and they actually got a lot less food than Kabob's sitting on here.
Yeah, but he's about to drop off a ton of food from this elephant.
Oh yeah, look, that's where it came from.
Yep. So he
Oh,
will be okay there as he still has. He just finished up his hunts at home or his herdables, so should start to see some farms coming down for him. But being on the hunt in the middle and with the forward position, he should still have pretty stable income here. And it looks like we have
absolutely.
a scout out, and he is headed to take a fight on the berries. So he will be being as aggressive as he can here. Now, if you know your
Oh,
opponent is open here, do you favor going for the wood line at this point rather than the berries, given that it's all downhill?
I think it's worth attacking the whatever you see first, which is not going to be the wood line. And then if you get to the point where you swap over and you come for the berries, or you come for the wood line afterwards.
Fair play. I personally think sneaking around and getting the wood line would be more beneficial, but just because of the downhill hits, you probably kill a few more vills a little faster. Nonetheless,
I like the quick palisades got up here. They'll definitely make it coming under that, get down that wood line a lot more painful, but a lot of idle time here for Kai Bob, though, up to 10 minutes already, and we're only 12 minutes in the game.
yeah, definitely. He does have forward scouts, but there is a defensive spear already, and 2 of them actually, and quite a few vills for only 2 scouts, even though they have the additional attack. I don't really think that's going to be too useful, but it does draw back the scouts for Sir Isaac here.
I mean, perhaps I think just seeing that wall up, realizing it's not worth trying to push past the TC and lose a bunch of HP on those scouts. It gets more value out of him here. I do hope he runs back and can deny gold. Like, he's in a position he could keep Bob off gold for a good while here if he tries.
Yeah, and this is kind of that moment where I feel like a forward castle would be or a forward tower would be very beneficial yet again. He could deny both golds with 2 towers. Hunt running out here near the military buildings, so he will have to relocate his hunt. And
Yeah,
he,
unfortunately, he has already scouted other hunts, so he'll just move on out.
yeah, and both players with pretty good scouting right now.
Oh,
Uh,
Ville's taking this boar, and there's scouts there, and I think scouts are okay. Never mind. He's not going to go in on it.
yeah,
That was
gold
stressful.
and stone here, very vulnerable as well for Sir Isaac. If K-Bob would just head forward, he would probably get rewarded here nicely, which it looks like he is about to do.
Yeah, he's headed that way. This will be a question of how able Isaac is to quick wall. Not to mention that he deleted a palisade to get out there, so these scouts also have the option of running back on the wood line. Not that there's anything on the wood line here for Isaac right now.
Yeah, they do actually run in, and now all these vills are exposed out here. And where are the scouts? Looks like they were forward, and he actually dove under the TC at the same time. So now Sir Isaac is losing. What, 3 vills? 2 vills?
Two vills went down.
Oh,
He
and
actually, I don't think he had the wood to quick wall there for a second. He only has two on wood right now.
yeah, and those 2 on wood are gonna quick wall themselves and save them at least. But that was a very rough transition for him, losing 1 scout and some HP under the town center on his own scouts, having to send them back, and then
Yep.
losing a few vills.
And now Kaibov's going to be able to go into gold unopposed because Isaac Scouts had to run home. Awesome play from Kaibov there.
Yeah, and at the same time, Sir Isaac very
Too bad.
exposed out here in the middle now, so this could be a really great time for this to be taken advantage of. Sir Isaac has clicked Castle Age already, though, with all that additional hunt, and Kaibob is pretty far away, but he has 7 vills queued, so might be able to cancel a few of those and get up once he gets the gold.
Yeah, I mean, the gold was the issue for him. I mean, even with 3 on gold, it's going to take another minute here. So there'll be a slight advantage in getting to castle for Isaac. But what does he do with it?
Well,
Get relics real quick?
that's what I'm thinking. Use your bonus, get those relics. You have a fine enough position, and you have a good idea of what he's going to go as Magyars. I mean, you've already seen the scouts. It's unlikely to see archers, although they do get fully upgraded ARB. And I think you really try to secure your eco a bit more since you lost some vills. You know you're a little behind. It is an 11 vill advantage right now for K-Bob. Fight in the middle going in the favor of Sir Isaac here, left with 1 spear and 1 scout remaining. So that maybe gives him a little bit more peace of mind with his vills out in the center here. Still very open at home. Gold also very open. Thank you for the follow, Ninja. Appreciate it. We casted your games Monday, I believe. GG's well played. You running Capture Age right now?
I am. What would you like to know?
Do we have a lot of idle time here for Sir Isaac? Geo actually pointing out the advantage for Vils. It's quite significant at this point.
No. I mean, 53 seconds of idle TC time for Isaac and 39 seconds for Kaibov. I think part of that is the fact that Isaac went up to castle already. Um,
Yeah,
Part of it is
and
that he got wheelbarrow already.
okay, so Wheelbarrow went up to Castle, and he lost what, 3 Vils, I think, at least 2 maybe.
Uh, 2 I saw.
But yeah, that's probably all the differences right there. We have quite a few weak HP Vils out here in the middle as well for Sir Isaac. And yeah, Ninja, I noticed you guys were teammates with your GG tag, so curious to see how your teammate does. Surprised if he doesn't share it with you, but Nonetheless, spirits going down to knights here. One escaping the micro. Quite good here from Sir Isaac, getting away with a 1 HP knight. Needs to get the monastery down though and really take advantage of the Lithuanian bonus, as he does build a stable on the opposite side with that as well. So both players going knights here.
And that's where you start to question the fact that even with 500 wood, Isaac hasn't gone for that monastery yet, because that's his only real advantage in a knight-on-knight fight against the Magyars. Especially considering the Magyar player has both attacks and the first armor.
Yeah, it's definitely something that he should prioritize. I mean, other than the additional food at the beginning, why else would you even pick Lithuanians on this map?
Yeah, but maybe he just focused on the boom right now. He's on his third TC.
Yeah, he's doing a good job to keep some military numbers out as well. Second TC coming up here for gg.kabib. Not bad. You still hope he wins. Hoping to face each other as teammates in the next round, I see. But yeah, lots of good games to come, guys. If you guys are just joining the stream and haven't seen this tournament yet, this is the final set of the round of 32, and round of 16 games have already started to be played. Some have even been submitted, but this will be the only set tonight that we're casting. Uh, Need to get some more uploads going. K-Bob doing a good job, though, getting a monastery started, yet to finish it, unfortunately. Maybe he's going to try to contest for some of those relics on the field. One is up now for Sir Isaac as well, but he continues to overwhelm with military numbers here. He's at a lower villager count on 3 TCs, but he is holding the military lead.
More TCs, lower villager count, and lots of idols here. He's got 3 idols. Okay, he's just retasked him now, but lots of idols as he's focused on the micro on the front.
Yeah, 2 knights are on their way forward here, so we'll see if they can do any damage. How many rounds left, Exorcist? This is the final set in the round of 32, and then we have the round of 16, round of 8, the semifinals, and the finals still to come.
Isaac attacking the stable. I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't hurt to take it out. He already has 3 stables, but he can't maintain production through it on his own.
Yeah, and these knights are going to come in.
For Bob coming around.
Yeah, but only 1 Vill there, so we'll be rewarded with a Vill pick, increase his villager lead, but otherwise his Vills have moved on. They're all over the place, actually.
But he's sending his whole army back for this.
Yeah, Sir Isaac has sent a lot of military back quite a few times now, so...
That's way... Okay, it didn't go all the way back. I was going to say, that's way too much to send back.
Yeah, I think you just send your production back, honestly, and you just produce a few, but... Nonetheless, he is setting up down here in the south of his military, so potentially thinking about a push over there. But
Third TC at home for Kai Bob, so not expanding out here.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, he is still sitting on enough gold to support this for now. So I don't dislike this, but definitely needs to get something set up for himself.
Yeah, second armor coming in for Kai Bob, so I mean, the issue for him is he's just very much outmassed in the military. I mean, but he's keeping his TCs producing much better than Isaac.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got the same upgrades, but it's a numbers game right now. Honestly, I don't even know. I mean, he has some monks on the field, so maybe he can get a few conversions, but even then... Oh, he double-clicks Vills to repair the stable. Oh, no.
I mean, hey, the stable will get repaired at least.
It will stay up. I hate the double-click. I need to disable it myself, because I do that too often. We have
Second relic coming in for Isaac.
Yeah, so the numbers lead will really start to shift here, as far as even if equal military, Sir Isaac wins this fight pretty handily.
You know, these two knights from Kaibab, though, keep coming in, keep getting Vil snipes here.
Oh yeah, and it's gone unnoticed. Could really affect the production here before too long.
Yeah, I mean, the slow eco approach is just going to be hurt even more with this kind of rating.
Yeah, doing an excellent job getting a few raids here and there. I feel like this is the part of not walling up that you start to regret. Not something that you want to have to deal with, and he does get the numbers back there. Will get to clean this up, but
Yeah,
did send
he
his
did get
military
a
back.
conversion, so 2 conversions, so 2 knights, but at the cost of how many Vils? I mean,
Yeah,
this is going to be a big mass. He probably going to go collect his third relic. Oh, he already has 3 relics, so probably going to. Oh, he's fourth relic coming in right now, actually. So now is prime opportunity for Isaac to take a good fight. 4 relics in.
yeah, and he's already at +5 attack compared to just +2. Really changes how this works out, and this is kind of a point where I don't mind seeing some spearmen on the field even, because this could be a very ugly fight
That,
here.
that said, Kaibab has gone for 5 monks, so he's hoping to make this work for him.
Yeah, he did snag one relic at least, so he will have that income for himself. Eco's still very open though. I really love how Sir Isaac has taken such great map control. He's got units spewed across the map completely here, so it's quite nice for himself. Night number is really starting to come in favor here as it's 26 military to just 18. 5 of those being monks compared to just 3 on the other side, so numbers still pretty skewed. And we have atonement coming in here for Sir Isaac as well, so even getting the monk upgrades, looking to improve those.
And the wall up finally coming in for Isaac at home, so he's clearly tired of those raids. This is
Yeah,
not going to be a good fight for Kaibab.
no, he's going to have to turn and run, and this is the point where he's starting to run out of gold. He has, oh boy, 20 some vills on one tile of gold right now. Bunch of them not working. Closest gold he has is probably to the southern corner. Suppose there's a 2 tile just north of his base, but
I think Isaac here is looking to get up to Imperial Age, but once he does, he needs to start adding in the light cav line, I think, with this many monks coming out from Kaibab.
yeah, I mean, he could have a nice little power spike getting Cavalier at least, though. Could give him a better fight than he's going to get. Does snag a conversion here, and is going to pick off the spears as well.
Yeah, but counter conversion, not going to happen.
Nope, did come in.
Oh,
It did come in.
his monk's kind of out of position. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
Stay
Sir
safe.
Isaac clicking up first, actually.
As expected for me, at least. I mean,
Yeah, he's not been producing as much here. We do have villagers finally moving out for Kaibab, and it looks like he's headed out to a gold, I hope. Yep, does have a
yeah,
mining camp out there.
he is, but that is going to be vulnerable. I'm worried about his ability to control the map.
Yep, we do
So
have Imp.
military numbers are equal now. I mean, he's Kaibab has built it back up.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to outproduce here, which his economy is set up for it for sure. He just needs that gold, and actually electing to go for a castle on that gold, which I really like.
Yeah, I think that's a great castle. It's on top of the hill. It secures that gold. It secures that whole right flank of the map, probably from raids coming in that direction.
Yeah,
Solid choice.
yep, even handcart coming in for him there just a second ago. So, going to be sitting in a pretty nice position. We also have iron casting just now coming in here for Sir Isaac, so he will have what will be +6. Castle, though, Magyar Hussar could be really nice in this fight, if for the monks, that is.
I mean, I've been feeling like a while that Isaac might want to get some kind of castle at home. His base is so kind of spread out. The walls are hard to defend. I think he's pretty vulnerable to some raids here.
Well, and it's just palisades, and here comes the whole military here from Kbob, so he'll be through these in no time. And the reaction, everything's coming, but he has clicked the monks as well, so it will be a bit slower. Quite slower, actually.
Right,
But
but for some reason, Guy Bob runs back.
probably deciding to save until he has his military upgrades, hoping to take the best possible fight. But I think he should have tried to exchange that off. But now, I mean, obviously still not a great position. +4 attack for him compared to +6, and military numbers just barely in the lead. Conversions will take a big part of this fight. If he can task them. Oh, and he splits his knights and they'll go for the monks.
Oh, that's very good positioning for him. All of those monks go down. 500 gold, no conversions. Meanwhile, Isaac's getting his own conversions.
Yeah, and this is a big fight that, honestly, it's really outnumbered here for.
Lear comes in for Isaac.
Yeah, and I'm not too surprised. Now the military numbers double with +2 additional attack, and we also got the additional defense here for the Cavalier. So they will head in, and there is no defense but town centers here, which I think will
Oh,
melt.
yeah, a big thing to note is Isaac has not seen the gold being taken on the north side of the map.
Yeah, a few relics are getting picked off here, which is nice, but not going to be able to take this fight. We are seeing barracks come in, so hoping to do a halb switch. But this fight is just brutal right now. Oh, and he's open on the side to the right, running out of trees in his base on both sides, so he's open there as well. These Cav could just raid him to death now.
Yeah, but at the same time, Kai Bob is going for a counterattack here, a small counterattack, but we've seen Isaac overreact to these already.
Yeah, population's gonna drop hard here though.
Well, quick wall comes in. Oh, but the vills are passing around. Oh no.
Yeah, he's running out of trees here. They're not able to work, so they just continue to head outside. And I think 10 vills went down there at least. Now the nice thing here, Halb will be in soon. He's just got to get his upgrades on him. Still not going to trade great, but should trade a little bit more efficiently as far as cost. Cavalier are under the TC here for Sir Isaac, doing a good job taking out some villagers as well. Oh, and the
The
Cavalier get in.
Cavalier are in, and they're all going that way, and that's probably the right move. I mean, a lot of vills could die here. You can take out TCs with these numbers here.
Yeah, I mean, there are 38 Cavalier here. 37 now after that conversion came in, but that's not really going to do anything as tons of villagers will be massacred here, and I don't think there's any way he can hold on for too much longer here. He's got some military coming back, but he's going to lose, what, 30, possibly 40 vills here?
And he's buying stone for TCs on other parts of the map. Kaibab.
Oh, at the same time, though, the Cavalier have done a great job here raiding as well, so eco numbers not as different as I thought they would be at this point.
Yeah, the reaction from I think when that raid was slow, but a TC goes down for Kebab. The vills are dropping like flies. I mean, it's down to 95. Kebab is now 10 vills under, and he had a 25 vil lead at the start of this raid.
Yeah, and the Halbs are coming in, but even Halbs don't trade the greatest in low numbers here, and he obviously is having trouble massing them. He has 5 barracks away and looks like 1 at home. No, 2 at home, so needs to just keep producing. He actually misclicked some militia as well, which is unfortunate.
The big issue is Isaac doesn't have ton of on gold. He only has 4 on gold. He has a decent gold mine secure, but he needs to get some more on there if he's going to be able to keep these numbers up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Halb numbers are gonna slowly get there, but I mean, will he have any eco left at the end? As more villas going down here, just falling down to 82 villagers
Yeah,
already.
no reaction from Kebab. He's given up on this home eco or something, but he's now down by 40 vills.
Yeah, and the gold's running out. We even had gold denied over here from Kbob, so not sure if he can hold on for much longer. He has quite a bit of resources. If he buys food, he can actually make quite a few pikemen still, and he is rebooming in the north.
And, and
But
critically,
more vills on gold in the middle go down.
is that reboom has still not been properly spotted by Isaac. He doesn't know about that up there. Um, he needs to find this to close out this game.
Yeah, and I think we're about to see Paladin click to 4 Sir Isaac because he has the res up there, but no, looks like he queues some more Cavalier,
Wow,
which,
look, I like this castle from Isaac though, on the bottom part of the map.
yeah, that's a good castle, secures gold, will be a nice position to push from. I just don't see a way back here with Lithuanians having this relic lead.
Yeah, especially because now looking at although he has 2,000 in the bank, Kaibob is off of gold. He has a small 2-pile gold in his corner over there, but he's been entirely pushed off gold at this point.
Yeah, and the military number is still not as an advantage, and honestly, the Halb production isn't that great either. He's only producing out of 3 out of his multiple barracks here that he's not.
Yeah, I mean the issue with how the speed here, and as long as he's moving these cavalry around and pouncing on eco, it doesn't matter or how many helps there are. The issue is that he's not scouted this northern base properly.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to opt to kill every building in sight now. Needs to see some trebuchets out here from him potentially, and we do have one queued in this castle, so he will start to take those out. He knows about that castle over there, and given everything he's done through that eco, I think he probably knows he's over there somewhere, but slowly just taking his time here. And honestly, to counter these Halb, I mean, all we have to do is see a skirmisher switch. But Paladin,
Paladin coming in.
yeah. And
I mean,
honestly, Halb already failing against just Cavalier, as we see a massive number of
yeah,
Halb
but
this
this is a
time.
lot of Halb. Run back to the castle. The Halb won't be able to fight it. No, don't fight him there. Don't fight him there.
Yeah, it's a shame
I
he
mean,
has 15 Halb in one of his town centers as well right now. That's been a rally point, unfortunately, for him. But yeah, the Halb don't even do good in trading at this point.
yeah, the extra attack on the Cavalier makes such a difference in a Halb fight.
Yeah, and as soon as Paladin comes in, obviously it's going to be an even harder fight for that. So, and like you said, just the 2 tiles of gold. That's really all that is available here for Kbob.
I although he has scouted this castle, I feel like he hasn't looked at it. It does not feel like Isaac knows that this is up here. And castle drops from Kebab at 54 minutes. Oh, he thought better of it. There it is. Castle drop.
Well, you have to push from somewhere. So I mean, he's trying to secure eco and push. So I can't argue with it. But I mean, his Halb have done a decent job here. I mean, he's taking a decent fight where getting some downhill hits will definitely help. But it's the problem that he's relying on right now is just outlasting his opponent and not spending any of his gold and just building straight Halb.
Yeah, I mean, but military numbers are kind of low for Isaac. He needs to scout the map. He needs to recognize where the enemy is. He had 40 Cavaliers, no reason he couldn't have killed this whole eco.
Yeah.
Especially with Halb that are so slow. He just hasn't been moving. He hasn't been using that mobility property.
Yep. Sir Isaac starting to shift into his Halb or what I will assume will be Halb soon.
Well, he's getting chemistry, so skirmisher.
Oh yes, that's what I meant. But yeah, skirm switch, and then these Halbs, which are it's a full Halb push right now. No siege with it, so need to see that from K-Bob here. As one trebuchet is about to come out, so Halb's gonna
Oh,
be denied a
militia,
castle.
militia, militia,
Oh yeah,
militia from Kbob.
militia in action in Imperial
Yeah.
Age, getting the job done. Castle will be destroyed if not denied here, but at the same time, Paladin at home. Interesting, this town center is going to go down, and Halbs will meet these Paladin. And there's quite a few low HP Paladin there, so those Halbs will finally pay off here for him, though, which is nice. And Halbs doing a good job in the eco. Castle still denied for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not there yet, but I start to worry this is going to be some kind of throw from Isaac, which would be absurd. But
Yeah.
he's played this very, very suboptimally.
Yeah, I mean, I like his idea, though, to delay as long as possible. Buys himself a nice chunk of time to outlast your opponent. And honestly, going into Cav Archer, it's actually heavy Cav Archer here for our Lithuanians. I do not really agree with that choice, but
That's an awful choice, as gold is becoming very scarce on this map.
yeah, Magyar Hussar also in, which is quite nice.
I'm telling you, this is starting to feel like a throw from Isaac.
He's got a massive overboom right now, so what's his eco look like behind this? He has tons of res though, so you know what? I like the Cav Archer switch after all. He's got enough that he can mass a ton of it. And what does K-Bob switch into? Hussar? He's going Magyar Hussar. It's really all he has. But yeah, these Halb numbers are massive. If the Cav Archers come in, though, it will definitely take those out pretty quickly, as they are coming to the north to actually snipe the trebuchets and get rid of this push here. Halbs are defending in the south quite nicely, though, as I think the last of the Paladin will go down if he continues to sit there and fight. Losing a lot of Cavalier here. Not the end of the world, though, when you have this kind of position on the map and you've got a lot of gold control. But I like what K-Bob's doing. He's still just pushing. I mean, he's doing a good job to stay in this one, even though, like you said, Sir Isaac may have kind of thrown a little bit by not attacking the north here, where the reboom was made possible. Stables coming up here for K-Bob. Looks like maybe he's going to switch into some Hussar just for raiding. Halberdier gonna get some kills on Vills here on this southern town center, and actually, K-Bob is gonna take the Vill lead. Yeah, this is a bit frustrating, I'm sure, for him. I think that Sir Isaac may be feeling like he's in a little bit of a better position than he was. And not really pushing because he thought his opponent was already dead. Maybe costing him here. Cav Archer is also kind of a flex, I think, from Lithuanians. I don't believe they get all their upgrades. Not 100% sure on that, but I don't think they get Parthenian tactics or something like that. Elite Skirmisher also on its way in here for K-Bob. And, you know, gold running out on the map with just this 4-tile section is all that I see. There's 2 tiles back here for K-Bob as well. No Parthenian tactics. Yep, that's what I thought. Wood gonna start to become a bit of an issue here for K-Bob should he continue to be pushed in this corner, as we finally have Sir Isaac pushing the center here. And we have a very late hand cart just now coming in here for Sir Isaac as well, so a little bit less efficient vills. We actually had the monastery killed off for Sir Isaac, so have to make a monk to recollect all the relics and continue the gold production. Hussar are finally being added in for Sir Isaac, and he is doing a really good job of pushing now. Going to be taking out a lot of production buildings, and it looks like the main military force here for Kabib going to be pretty much dealt with.
This is one of the more frustrating games we've casted.
Yes, I can feel your frustration in the casting booth here. You've been very silent, but
unrelated, but
yeah. No worries. I think that Sir Isaac will close this one out because of his relic lead, and obviously he is finally pushing in the main area, sending Hussars in to do the raiding, which has desperately been needed for a while. General, we in general chat still, Hitch? Whoops.
no.
Okay, not anymore. We were to start with, apparently. But, yeah, Hussar unfortunately just attacking houses and a mining camp, but those will go down before long as we start to see trash thrown out from both sides. Not full upgrades on these skirms by any means, though, so the skirmisher is not going to be the greatest choice here, but what else do you go with here? Relics are just being held by the monks now, so should see that start to take effect as the Hussar will eventually kill off the wood eco down here in the south. Trebuchets have been, or at least one was taken out, and the military here doing a fine job of dealing with that for now, but oh, why do we have stand ground? Are people using stand ground more? Like, how many Hussars standing ground? 8 Hussar here not doing anything. Are they on no attack stance? I need to know, guys. I never use that stance. If anything, I switch to defensive if I'm afraid they're going to run too far in. But Hussar are being pushed in now, so they should get the Vil kills and Kabib with the GG. So Sir Isaac will hold on.
I mean, nothing against Isaac. I don't know the guy, but he did not deserve to win that. That's my opinion. Like,
it was a very rough position.
There's no reason that game should have been over in half the time that it was, and it's. I don't know. That doesn't bode well going forward. If it takes you that long to close a game from that advantageous of a position, what are you going to do when you're matched up evenly?
Yeah, I mean, definitely I think a big civ lead here for him as well. If it wasn't Lithuanians and it was generic knights versus generic knights, I feel like it would have been a much more even game earlier on. So, could definitely cause problems going into what will be Kabib's home map next. But GG's well played to you both, as we will be loading in to game number 2. And if I could find the home map, I believe it's Dry Lake. Nope, it is not. It will be Shaded Pond. Oh, this is exciting. Haven't seen very many Shaded Pond games, and this is a late addition to our map pool. So definitely looking forward.
Have we seen a single Shaded Pond game in the tournament?
Not this one. No, we saw some in the 1200 bracket, I believe. 1 or 2. Nonetheless, guys, we're going to load in, and I will be at 5 seconds when you are ready, Hitch. Let me know. But Shaded Ponds, kind of reverse thinking of Oasis, making it so it's a circular map that you have to fight around. But we've made it a little interesting with a little bit of fish and potentially some water fights going on in the middle. And we will have Britons for Kebab and Byzantines for Sir Isaac.
This is definitely a map where it's hard to say what the meta is at this point. We've seen so little on it. We don't, there's not really been any favorites yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, Britons versus Byzantines, I definitely favor Byzantines here.
Ready to start?
3, 2, 1, go. But out of this matchup, who would you rather have?
I mean, I prefer the Britons on a map with this general style. Stone wall up one side, push a big ball of archers on the other side, steamroll, right? Why do you favor the Byzantines?
Well, if they go water, have faster firing fire ships, which is a bus, and they have cheaper trash units, which will help in the trades with the mass of archers. Also able to go their own arbalest, so they will be lacking some range, but I don't know. I feel like I like him better on this one. Funky says just go man-at-arm archer here. Yeah, I can see that for both. But Britain's obviously that's like a pretty stable opening for yourself. But we'll have to see what happens. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a game on this match. Do you guys think we will have anyone go for water? Or will it end up being irrelevant?
Well, both for slumber camps on the outer ring, so it's looking like water's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Uh, and we've had a lot of different opinions regarding the water on this map. Some people claim it's not worth it whatsoever because of the time it takes to get there. But, if you get on the water and you're the only one on water, there are quite a bit of fish here. And maybe you can give us an exact tally if you can check that on Capture Age.
14 perch. That's 2,800 food.
Yeah, so that could be something to look out for. Additionally, being able to range some of your opponent's eco potentially of interest as well. But we haven't seen this really at all. So it could be very interesting as to what we see. As Kebab going to lose his scout? Oh, he does. Loses his scout, but at the same time, we're going to see a villager go down, or just there shortly after for Sir Isaac. So, Scout will at least get the one villager kill, I guess. A little bit awkward, but did distract enough for that to go down. So, no scout for our Britain player. Is this the time we go forward and try to put on some early pressure? We haven't
I,
seen many tower rushes in the last like year of DE since towers got nerfed, but no scout for him as we see Sir Isaac also wandering up to the TC. Looks like he will save his scout, however. And Sir Isaac does see the main gold here. Nice quick wall as well as he prevents the scout from running through. We also see Loom coming in a little bit early, probably because of the delay there. And it looks like Sir Isaac just going to be scouting his opponent right now. With no scout, do you feel that it is better to try to go up and get military buildings forward or any sort of tower forward whatsoever? Or do you think it's not worth it anymore?
I don't think towers make a lot of sense here. I think you just play straight, like you said, men-at-arms, archers, something like that. It's perfect here.
Oh, Isaac was Hal. Thank you, Ninja. Appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's justifiable both ways. I think if he had scouted the second gold there, Sir Isaac did not see that. I feel like it would have been very beneficial to go forward and tower that to really push your opponent out of his main base and make it a little bit messier for him. But
Yeah, but I mean, both players still in feudal age. I mean, I think we're not going to see something like that.
Yeah.
So, really unfortunate, I think, to be down 2 Vils at this point.
Yeah, and it looks like Kbob is going to start to wall up a bit here, and
That's Isaac's house. Oh no,
that's
house finished right away. Okay.
yeah. The plus for Kbob is he has located 2 of his stones and 2 of his golds, so he did at least scout a little bit around his base, so he's not going in blind or using villager time. And actually, Kbob will click up faster here. And based on the build, it looks like it will definitely be going for archers, which makes complete sense.
Yeah, well, militia already being produced. This is gonna be a men-at-arms to start from Kebab, Kaibab.
Yeah, I like that play, honestly. I think it will be scouted here, though, if this scout heads that way. And he did go by and see the flags on that barrack, so he should know that it is coming. We'll see if he tracks it at all. Both players will be up relatively soon, or they'll be into feudal age already. And Sir Isaac going out to the hunt, so maybe he's thinking about a scout's play. Based on the eco, I think it has to be. He's only on wood and food right now, has yet to shift to gold.
Yeah, barracks is up for him, but nothing producing. These are gonna be men-at-arms. Well, maybe they're not. He hasn't clicked men-at-arms yet. Maybe no. Maybe just a drush here. Kind of late, isn't it?
Yeah, I
But
mean, he'll see it coming in. There's the man-at-arms upgrade. He actually, did he just hit feudal? Nice little walls here with one with the stable as well. Needs to quick wall those in a bit more, and it looks like he will be able to get that done. Maybe? There we go. He does get it done. House, there he goes. So stable will be up, scouts will be out. Walls being rushed up now by 3 Vils. There is a hole, it looks like, between the house and the archery range, though, so that could play effect later. Man-at-Arms upgrade. These walls and houses will be a little bit more at risk now.
certainly.
I really don't like that Sir Isaac didn't put a mill on these deer. He's taking 3 deer at the same time. A little rough there for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure maybe he intended to. He's been distracted here with this drush he's facing off, but he is getting scouts produced. But that side is walled up, and the other side's going to be walled up pretty quickly here. So the scouts aren't going to find much value, and Kebab's face.
I think there's still a
Kebab.
hole between the house and the archery range there, though, so it could still find value. Man-at-Arms are shifting to the wood line, and he's going to pull Vils and fight with the scouts. One scout with low HP, which is why it went down, but ultimately he will take this fight pretty nicely here, as all
Two
Man-at-Arms will
scouts.
go down. 2 scouts, but
Yeah,
no villagers lost. I don't hate it.
yeah. I mean, perhaps not ideal, but I mean, a bit more idle time both on the TC and eco from Isaac. So I think the men at arms kind of fulfilled their purpose. But I don't know if this archer follow up from Kaibab is going to do anything.
Yeah, it'll depend, I suppose. This is the point, though, I wanted to talk about, though. We have full walls now from K-Bob, as he does find that one tile gap. Is this the kind of thing that you would attempt to switch with your second lumber camp onto the middle to potentially access that for some food income? You
I
broke
don't
up
think it,
there.
it. I don't know. I didn't say anything. It doesn't hurt. I think, but you have pretty standard res here on land, so there's maybe not an absolute need to, especially if you're looking at playing archers. The food's maybe not going to matter as much. If you're playing a knight civ, maybe it would be more beneficial to go under the water.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we'll see what happens with this map. Like you said, we haven't seen many games on it, so we really don't know how often players are even going to go for the water at this map. How do you like the openness of Sir Isaac's base here?
Oh, he played real open on Battlegrounds, and was punished a lot for it. Lost a dozen vills in various raids because he was so open. The advantage for him right now is that uh, Kabib is not playing an open. Is not playing like Knight Civ. I mean, he could play Knights, but he's not playing a full on Knight Civ, right? So maybe he won't be punished as much as he was previously.
Yeah, and you know,
But the wallop's
archery.
coming in on the east side, though.
Yeah, and an archery range blacksmith, so maybe just some defensive skirmishers until we get to Castle Age. It's gonna
Yeah,
be,
which isn't far off for Isaac.
yeah, it's gonna be
Or Kabib.
interesting. It's gonna be
I,
interesting to see what his comp is here. I think it has to be Skirm. Like Skirm Knight is his best bet here.
why? For Isaac?
Yes,
Why not just go archers?
he could, but he's gonna be way behind in production. So archers is definitely an
Yeah, but
option, but
he's Britons. He gets faster production. He gets more
oh,
range. I mean, you play into your Civ's strengths. Oh no, wait, I got it backwards. He's Byzantines. Never mind.
there you go.
I swapped them. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Skirms definitely.
I was like, wait, I mean, we are agreeing here. You're just talking about the other guy, the other Civ. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't mind me.
yeah, no worries. But both players were looking very close to Castle, but we have quite the advantage here for Kbob as Wheelbarrow is coming in first here for Sir Isaac. So I think with Byzantines though being a bit of a more defensive civ, getting that extra HP on the vills, being up against archers, if he goes to the side that is
HP on
walled,
bills? What are you talking about?
HP on buildings.
Oh, buildings. I'm like, apparently
Yeah,
we just can't communicate tonight.
we are just failing to talk, guys, and that's what we're supposed to do. So it is skirmishers here, and it's not too surprising.
So I was gonna say, when is K-Bab gonna go forward? But it looks like he's finally made the decision here.
Yeah, and I really like this play to go forward, but the unfortunate thing is without any scouting knowledge, he's just going to run into what looks to be full walls at this point.
And the way their bases are located, he could have gone around the other way, and it would have just taken the same amount of time, except he would have found a lot of value.
Yep. So a bit unfortunate for K-Bob to have lost that scout so early and not have been able to find this, but it will be padded archer armor, and then we will have scaled barding armor right behind it for Sir Isaac. So he is thinking about adding at least a knight or two, it seems.
Yeah, and you can't blame him though. He feels like he's in a real good position with his walls. Like this is not what Britons want to run into. Maybe if a Veil comes forward for siege, that could help
Yeah.
Abab in this situation.
Elite Skirm also on its way, same as Botkin, and Padded Archer armor will be in soon as well. And really, attacking walls, not really what you want to do with Britons. It's going to take forever to get through there. And Elite Skirm going to be coming in quite nicely. A siege workshop for Khabib, yeah, that would be extremely nice for him, but nothing coming forward. He's actually chosen to garrison the rest of his military numbers. So I love what Sir Isaac has done here with these two scouts. He's actively scouting this side to look for some sort of a push from that direction. So definitely aware that that is a risk at this time.
Yeah, okay, Vil is coming forward with these archers though, so we're going to see Siege Workshop more likely than not.
Yep, definitely agree with that. Yeah, and I mean both players doing pretty good job of pressuring nicely early. Obviously, KBab playing a little bit more defensive this game, but like we saw in the last one, sending a few knights around the back, which is something we might see in this one as well. Have to wait and see where these knights go. Could be beneficial. Relics, we haven't really talked about much. There are 2 on both sides of the players, and then there is 1 in the mid on the island. So, gonna be 2 town centers for KBab, and only 1 right now for Sir Isaac. So, gonna be important to see how those eco numbers go up, as we already have a 9 vil advantage for KBab.
Yeah, I mean, not the ideal situation for Isaac where you're behind on TCs, you're behind on Vils, and you're the one being pressured. You know, usually you're okay. You might be okay with being behind on Vils if it's because you have more military, or having more military and less Vils, but not both, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ballistics is coming in here for Sir Isaac, and then I imagine he's going to have to take a fight. We have a Mangonel also about to come out here for Kebab, but he's getting +2 out of the blacksmith, so knights will have enough upgrades to dive in and snipe, and only 1 spearman here, so could be sitting in a
I
nice
mean,
defensive position.
but for now we're only looking at 5 knights. It's not gonna be amazing.
And this blacksmith will go down before forging completes, I think.
Yeah, it most likely will. It's gonna be close, actually. I mean, Byzantine buildings are no joke. So this should maybe just stay up.
Oof, I don't think so. I think it's done for.
Now it's the second Mangonel, it's gone.
Yeah, even
All
without
right.
it, it goes down. But now the pressure's really on to defend here, and honestly, Mangonels destroy Skirm. So these knights are really going to have to pay off here. That forging would have been a really nice upgrade to have. And this gold, very exposed here.
Yeah, this could be ugly.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hard position to defend from. Even with 7 knights, even if you had 10 knights, it'd be hard to defend from here. Because the Skirms are relatively useless until these Mangonels are out of the picture. Would have liked to have seen a
Yeah.
defensive siege workshop. Sir Isaac not really floating a ton of wood or anything, but he does have another town center coming up.
Yeah, no ballistics for Kaibab is murdering him right now.
Yeah, and he's diving now, and he's going to try to block, but this might be the fight he needs, as the Mangonel is not going to be in a good position to take on the
But
skirmishers. Oh, they will get a shot.
yeah, not the best shot, but a shot. Yeah, this is. I think honestly, the lack of ballistics here really hurting Kaibab.
Yeah, and now these are going to have to run. There's a lot of skirmishers here. Knight coming out as well. Needs to mass the knights, but off of gold right now, which he's not really making a gold unit, so it's not the end of the world. But Skirmisher's gonna do a very nice trade here.
Ballistics on its way in now, but I mean, the damage is kind of already done here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's only one less archer, and if he uses this range with ballistics, he could take a pretty favorable exchange.
Yeah, but another Mangonel out here, more archers massing up for Kaibab, and these skirms are going to be way out of position if this keeps up.
Yeah, not what you really want, but I mean, I guess taking out these archer numbers is a big win in itself here. Villager numbers really starting to get skewed. It's 24 vil lead here for KBab, and he is forward pushing at the same time.
But on the positive for him, there's a TC coming up. The way will be 2 TCs against 3 TCs,
Oh,
but better than 1 versus 3.
there's actually a third coming up as well, so
Oh yeah, look at that.
yeah, and I don't know what these players are doing with their military controls, but Sir Isaac sends his units away. Could have just finished the units off there. Feels very bad, but
Yeah, I mean, I just hate this micro from K-Val with his crossbows. Even if he had just clicked them to his base, he would have lost less and been in a better position than he is.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
it is some kind of positive to have drawn away all these skirms, but he's not pushing enough. Um, this is the advantage he's created.
I think he is. He's got too many nails. He's got crossbow numbers building. I think he's doing a fine job pushing it now. It's just that those archers, like you said, would have been better served just to run all the way around the map, essentially. More stables being placed here for Sir Isaac. Cannot produce out of them all, though. Lacking quite a bit to produce out of all. Too frequently, but
Yeah, I mean, and his TC might start to get pressured here, and he's got a lot of idle vills, already an hour of idle eco time here.
yeah, it's a rough position to deal with this, and we'll have 3 mangonels now. The buildings are starting to melt. I think we need to even see a ram added from KBAB here. And we do have a ram on its way in indeed, so really nice play.
Yeah, but I mean, only 5 knights and 4 skirmishers at home for Isaac. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, taking out production's nice, but your enemy doesn't have enough res to produce. Take out his TC.
Yeah, it feels like the eco balance for KBAB's a little off too. 44 on wood, 21 on food, and only 7 on gold right now because of all the idle time there. That actually looks like he ran his villas to wood, so it was a little bit better a minute ago, seems. Another archery range is on its way in.
I,
Night numbers starting to grow here.
it's tough to afford everything here, but with the amount of wood and food that Cave has, don't you think you think adding in pikemen here would be good?
I'm torn because it would be nice against the Knights, but is it really worth it at this point?
That's what I'm saying. But he has not. Unless look at the res he's floating though. This ram attacking unsupported. What is he doing?
Well, it was supported, but then he saw the Knight numbers and ran back, so
Yeah,
you can't fault him for that. I don't know. I feel like he just needs to
he's adding
balance
a
his
barrack. So
eco and go imp.
adding a barrack. So look at all these idle vills on Kebab's gold. It's he panicked from the skirmishers and he hasn't really rebalanced to fix his eco since.
Yeah, I mean 44 on wood there for a moment is quite terrible. He will be going on gold here forward, which is nice
And
to get on.
spearmen are being produced, so presumably the pikeman upgrade will come in shortly.
Yeah, I mean it does make sense to add them. I just didn't know if he had the eco to support it. I still think shifting his focus with his eco and halting production to try to go up would probably be beneficial. His Arbalest would just destroy knights and skirms without that last upgrade.
Oh God.
What?
Kebab's villagers have walked all the way through Isaac's base to get back home. Or they're walking all the way around his base because the gate's locked. The gate was
Oh
locked.
no, so he's sending
Look,
them to gold.
look at all those villagers running around. Oh goodness.
Well, luckily for him, he's about to mine through one of the piles of gold and chop through, so there will be some holes, but yeah, that's extremely rough. Knights for Sir Isaac headed over into the corner. I'm thinking they're trying to do some sort of a counterattack here or something
Pikeman
maybe.
and Imp coming in for Kebab.
Yeah, Imp is going to be very difficult for Sir Isaac to even obtain at this point, as he's housed yet again because of these buildings going down. He's building a house wall on the opposite side, worried about pressure from there. And honestly, he's only got this gold in the middle of his base now. But the potential counter going to be happening, or maybe he's just trying to take the best possible fight here. But the way the buildings have been produced here for Kebab, he's looking to be in a fine position.
Yeah, and the Knights are looking for a way to get in, maybe.
Yeah, no
I feel
such
like
luck.
if Maganel are being too afraid of the Knights, they're not going to be in position to fight the skirms.
Yeah, but here's one
And,
mangonel shot.
that's a good shot.
Yep, Knights do dive, and it's actually the best possible dive they could probably have here.
Yeah, and the timing is good for him. He may not know it, but with Imp coming in, Arbs would be so much worse for him.
Yeah, oh, well, there's the Mangonel still left here, though, and
Boom! Oh, big
oh, ho,
shots.
ho, that hurts. I mean, there are a ton of Cav Rothbow here, though, so even these skirms not going to trade off that efficiently.
No, especially they're all low HP at this point.
Yeah, and he was.
And the pikes coming in.
Yep. Once Imp hits, I don't know if we'll see this game continue. Sir Isaac's res just
I
not
mean, Sir Isaac could
spectacular,
click
but
now. He could click Imp. I mean, the military situation isn't great for him now, and he's going to be behind significantly. But if he can hold out, there's no reason he can't expand to the left. There's more gold that he can take. More gold he can take on the right side too if he can clear up this military somehow. But it's such a big lead for Kabab.
yeah, Kabab getting Bracer and Chemistry, prioritizing that over Arbalest, which I think is preferable since he is up that much faster. Knight's gonna do a little bit of damage here to some Vills maybe, but Pikeman in chase, and I don't think that'll live too long. And he outranges the town center, so crossbows just going to be attacking that by themselves, and it looks like we're seeing a Ram addition. But max pop here for Kabab, so losing a few units wouldn't be the end of the world for him.
Yeah, good point. That with cheaper imp, it would have been nice to see the Byzantine player be the first tier to imp.
Yeah, for sure. Few knights do get in, but some crossbow, or at least one crossbow trying to defend. Chemistry is in now. Still no Arbalest upgrade, feels weird, but I do like prioritizing Bracer and Chemistry first.
Yeah, Kabab really should send some of these crossbow forward to kill these Vills, but
Yeah, he does decide to get Arb now, but yeah, that town center repairs have been abandoned as the Mangonel and the Ram also going to be taking that out. And luckily it's not the MTC. TC will go down, and there's a lot of exposed eco back here.
yeah, this is getting very difficult to continue. 71 military to 13. You know, you got 55, 60 some Arbs, and yep, there it is.
Yep, not too surprising, but good to see a game on Shaded Pond. Well played here. Kabab taking a nice win away from Sir Isaac, and we'll be on to Sir Isaac's home map, which will be next.
And I believe that home map is Nomad Hubs. Am I right there?
Oh, I believe you're right. I don't have it up again, of course, but it will be Nomad Hubs, actually. You are correct. And while we're at it, we might as well update the civilization draft here just to see who's left. So we have Franks and Khmer available for Sir Isaac, and we have Berbers and Japanese available here for Kabab. So could be very interesting to see. It's going to be a different matchup, one we probably haven't seen unless it's Franks Berbers. Statistics, guys, I forgot to show you. We'll shift through those pretty quickly here, but military ultimately great factor at the end, but villager high for Kabab, as I feel like his villagers have been higher overall through these first two games. Nomad hubs. We have seen this before. It's our iteration of Nomad with a little bit of extra resources in some places, and we've seen some very interesting games on it so far.
And definitely a map that more than many others, it awards that map control. It awards getting out and taking control of the map and pushing your enemy back into a corner. We've seen a lot of players get in bad positions by picking too close to the corner and edge, so we'll have to see what plays out here.
Yep, but here comes the decider. Nomad Hubs. I am at 5 seconds when you're ready, sir.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so food hub in the desert-like terrain. We have boar, deer, berries. Town center coming down very quickly here for Sir Isaac, and it looked like we had a Vil catch that for K-Bob. So he,
Oh no, look at this. Oh no. You can't see it because you're on capture rate. Oh no, go back to the TC. Go back to the TC. Oh no.
yikes, yikes.
Oh no.
This is truly a start that no one wants to see happen in the decider. This is going to be brutal.
K-Bob here looks like he's trying to get the boar early. He's already killed a deer on accident, I think. But I think he's trying to keep food away. Isaac's thinking about Vil fighting, thinking better of it. This is messy.
Yeah, and Kaibab, he's gonna lose this villager here, it looks like. There's no saving this Vil. Oh, he tries the house
Yeah.
wall trick. He does get it. Will he snag the
Okay.
boar back?
He'd be smart not to.
Yeah, but this is kind of rough because now that boar is going back and it's going to be right under the TC. Oh no.
Oh, but oh goodness, this is.
Such an awkward exchange. The boars will be split 2 or 1-1, but whew,
I mean,
very rough
overall,
start.
better position for Isaac. I mean, he has the berries, right? Like I think that's what I'd prefer
He has the
right now.
berries, and the hunt will be in his town center's range,
Oh, it's
-1.
also in
So
K-Bob's range, so
yeah, it's a very messy start, and I don't like K-Bab's decision to drop his TC there. I believe that he did see Sir Isaac's TC,
yeah,
but
I think he had to. Giovanni, yes, someone should read here. I don't know who, but someone.
both of them should have opted for the re at this point. I think this is as messy as a nomad can be, other than TCs shooting each other right now. But better position definitely for Sir Isaac, as he also had a Vil or two a little farther away collect some turkeys, so it's always nice.
What's he? Is he trying to push in the deer? What's the? Yeah,
Yeah, they're
pushing in deer with villagers.
they're both trying to push him in, which I don't hate, and Sir Isaac doing a good job to keep that deer away. If they were just the garrison TCs, they would have killed villagers at this point, but looks like it will be a better exchange for the deer here for Kebab.
Absolutely, but I mean the berries give the advantage. Not to mention that there are sheep out there for Isaac, and it doesn't look like Kebab has many of them.
Yeah, and I mean, it just it feels like such an rough overall start as we now have, the Vil Scouts going. At least he will walk across some turkeys for himself, but he's already down by a villager here as well.
Yeah, these turkey are going to be a lifesaver for him. Um, it does work out well though. Sorry, Kebab could be lucky here. He does have another food hub behind him here, so he could lure in these two boar, especially with Flume. And there's more berries he can take, more deer he can take. Dropping a mill over there is probably the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it
But
looks like
he has to scout it.
he is
I mean,
headed
he
in
has
that direction. It looks like. Oh no, he's heading to the hunt in the south potentially. He does see some hunt
uh,
down there.
yeah, maybe he'll scout. He's scouting with these turkeys, so hopefully he'll find what he needs here. But and he has scouted the terrain. Now, this is where preparation comes in, right? Because you should be able to recognize just from seeing that terrain that that's a food hub and know that there should be multiple boar there, berries to hunt that you could take.
Yeah, he will opt for the terrain down here with the wood that does have berries, hunt, and luckily enough, a boar as well, so he will have food income. And on the other side, we actually have Sir Isaac shifting to stone. He's already thinking about towers, and he does have feudal age coming in here right now. It's going to be a very messy game indeed. He's sending out a Vil to scout in the southern direction as well, and so he will find the mill. You know, the turkeys, not all of them brought in. He has used them to scout, but has not brought the 3 that he has available back yet, so would definitely like to see him get those in for himself here. As we have 4 on stone, which in my opinion is a little bit too much investment at this point, but he will be up very, very early here with Khmer.
I mean, 4 on stone, that tells you towers, right? I mean,
No doubtably towers, and I mean he's gonna have quite a bit of stone build up here. I usually don't think that shifting out of stone is that necessary until you drop the first tower. But shifting to 4 already, as this village you're getting valuable information here. But will it be enough? And how long will it be before Kabab clicks up as he has 8 villagers queued? No.
really, really questionable lumber camp here from Kabab. Maybe he hasn't prepared for nomad hubs, but he put a lumber camp on normal trees. Everyone remember the trees in the bog areas have an extra 150% food compared 250% of food of a normal tree.
Yeah, and the tower is going to be attempted here, but
You better just do some. Yeah, he needed to do a quick gate or something. This is going to be.
yeah, I mean,
It's like a battered down.
Kabab losing a Vil to the boar there. More Vils coming, but I think we have a better Vil count here for Kabab, and if he just fights the Vils, I
Yeah,
think is a better
this
position.
that
Yeah,
was a very poorly advised tower. I mean, at least not if he put a palisade gate or house walls here, perhaps it could work. Yeah, and he's going to wall up here. This is much better.
yeah, but now I
Now he
don't
can
think putting
tower.
a tower there is worth it. But
No, it totally is. Where else is there a good wood line? That's the only good wood line that Kebab has immediate access to.
yeah, and he's gonna go to the north side as well. It looks like and put a tower. So definitely going to be a very big tower effort.
And maybe looping around to get that gold and stone.
Yeah, I think so.
Other Ville's coming off of food for Kebab. If he has to, maybe thinking better of it. I thought he was going to go batter the TC or the tower, but he's running.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that Kebab took so long to click up here as well.
Bad timing here for Isaac. I don't know if Kebab felt the tower was going to come up or if he's running for res. Um,
Tower! Oh, the tower was destroyed here.
Indeed, it was. Um, Still horribly awkward position for both. Kebab though, starving for res. On the map.
Yeah, and unfortunately building a mill here is not a great play, as Vills will fight here, and it's just going to be a mill that's useless. The mill in the south is paying off quite nicely here for Kebab, but he's actually going to secure that position, so
I don't love that Derville's Gareth there. He took him out of the town center or the tower. I was gonna say 5 Villes in the tower is unnecessary.
yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot for him either at this point. So Kebab only going to be 2 Vills behind after all it's said and done, and still has decent area of control for himself. That tower, I really don't think does a whole lot now, but it will prevent that wood line like you said earlier, which will be nice.
Yeah, I think the big issue is if Isaac really just didn't approach that as I think very well. I would have liked to have seen him walk in some more towers and loop around the TC. He could have denied so much more with a little more methodical approach.
Yep, and scouts will be out, and I mean Sir Isaac knows exactly where a bunch of vills are, so just has to get the food to produce it, as he's only got 20 food right now, and
At
he
20,
another very questionable lumber camp here from Kebab.
Yeah, but I mean, looping around, maybe he'll eventually get on a real wood line. But both players just desperate for resources. A very awkward, very messy game here.
Yeah, and this is where the shift onto stone being so heavy for Sir Isaac wasn't that helpful, I don't feel. I mean, he's got 359 stone in the bank, and honestly, with the one tower he did get up, that would have been what he started with. And Vil fighting
Yeah,
here, maybe the best route at this point.
I feel like there's no reason either player couldn't be adding in more towers, though. Both have access to stone. Both good place, and like that tower. That tower's going to deny food. It's good gold. Isaac has enough fills. He should be able to get this up. I would love to see his own scouts out, but he's just so behind on the food income.
Yeah, and Vil's and one scout here going to be second one added, but there's way too many Vils here for Sir Isaac, and Kabab's going to have to abort and abandon this area.
Uh, yeah, Isaac really needs to get some military out on the field, though. A couple scouts would make all the difference here.
Oh,
As
this
a
is
counter tower comes up,
a terrible counter tower. There's four Vils here that are lower HP.
but this will go up.
It will, but more Vils probably gonna win this one.
Yeah, but the tower from Isaac is already damaged, though, from all the Vil fighting.
Yeah, and I don't know. No action elsewhere. Doesn't look like anyways. Sir Isaac holding a nice Vil lead at the moment, and he is about to rush this tower down. And I mean, Kabab, how many Vils does he have in the tower? Two low HP Vils are going to run. Scout gonna pick one off maybe? Not yet. Scout's finally going to be able to be produced here from Sir Isaac, and I think it's only a matter of time with all these weak Vils in the north, and they're very, very excluded from this town center. There's no safety here.
Yeah, as a tower comes up on this other wood line, really going to be pinning in Kebab from this left side of the map. As this wood line gets denied, and the
Yeah.
scouts are in raiding. It feels a little over, I've had to say.
Yeah, I mean, the messiness really starting to play bad effect here as we have, 10 of the 30 Vils up here, and the scout numbers, I mean, are just massively growing now. And then on the other side, what does he have? Not much. He's spread out. Again, another questionable wood line on the right-hand side of the map. One spear
Not
here.
Does he not know that the bog trees are trees? I don't. I'm not sure that I understand what's going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, he sees the tower, but at this point you could go batter that tower down. But trying to run with the Vils, I think is his best bet, but the scouts are searching. And they will find some reward over here as the rest of the eco very, very exposed as well. And with 4 scouts, could be
Look at this
problematic.
mill in the north. I mean, Kebab's just feeling strangulated here.
Yeah, and I don't blame him honestly. It's a very rough start. Coming back to where that is a question of his TC position. I really felt like he saw that. And look at these quick walls over here on this wood line. It's a very, very rough wood line to quick wall.
Is that more wood in the wood line than there's left on the wood line? I'm not.
Definitely not, but here are 4 or 5 more Vils getting attacked by scouts. And honestly, with the scout numbers, I think you just trade this off here and be happy with that. Vil's not even fighting now. So in the end, the extra stone definitely paying off.
Yeah, I mean, I think the towers were the right move. When you're this close on Nomad, it's hard to go wrong with towers just to provide a little bit of stability and predictability for yourself, right?
Yeah, and Kbab, unfortunately, the only real income he's had is wood and gold, but no market on the field yet.
Yeah, switching into to archers, it looks like it's gonna be an awkward situation for him
Uh,
here.
Absolutely. And again, if these scouts find these vills in the north, so many at low HP. Sir Isaac just now getting eco upgrade of horse collar. One scout does find the vills down here, so Kabab going to try to kill a few vills with it. But
And you should be
scouts
able to, but
are headed to the north, though, and if Sir Isaac sees these farms, which he did just see, that could be problematic for full HP scouts. A lot of not so full
yeah,
HP
but
vills.
maybe he's distracted by the scout he's dealing with. He's sending 7 vills against that scout, so yeah.
Yeah, but
But he sees it now.
scouts will dive, and I don't think that even if he fights with all these, he can hold this off. There is also foraging has been researched, so
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be about 10 vills behind for Kebab. And so little food eco. Isaac's very close to being able to click Castle Age, and if he does, then he starts pouring out knights. There's no coming back from that at this point, I think.
yeah, and given the vills he just lost, it would take a very good raid from him to come back, and he only has 5 military in the field.
Which are spearmen.
Spearmen and a couple archers with no upgrades, so yeah, he really needs a market, is what he needs. He's towering. This is a terrible tower, but towering his resources he does have at the moment, hoping to make something
Oh,
with it. But yeah, all this eco coming to where the scouts are right now, and the archers are actually going to be one at least dies to vills here, as well as a skirmisher or a spearman.
yeah. So I mean, this might just be a position from which you GG as soon as you that Castle Age come in, because 26 food, you're just so far behind. I mean, less than 10 vills behind at this point, but when knights start coming in, what answer can Kebab offer?
I mean, he is making spearmen and archers right now with 0 upgrades on both of them. Is getting the market down, so I mean, he does have a lot of gold, but it's not going to be enough to click up. He's not going to be able to buy enough, even if he sells a stone. I don't know if he will be able to.
Yeah. A lot of another stable coming up from, so as expected, it will be knights from Isaac here.
Yeah, but I think the eco might take another hit here for Gabab as these scouts are patrolling around here.
Kebab has clicked Castle Age though with abusing that market, but he's going to be stuck with very little gold to work with going forward though, unless he can expand over to the right side of the map.
Yeah, and he really doesn't have a whole lot of eco to produce anything now. So it's going to be very difficult to defend from. Also running out of gold at home, so he has no safe gold by his town center now.
Meanwhile, you look at Isaac, he's got 19 vills on a main gold hub gold, and for the viewers out there, the golds in the gravel terrain in the gold hub, they have extra gold, 50% extra gold, or it might actually be 25% extra now. Who knows? Point is, a lot of gold here. It's going to take forever to outmine these tiles.
Yeah, and knights will be coming forward now, and there's really nothing he can do to defend. He's still a long way from getting to the Castle Age. Yep, and the GG does come in. So we will see Sir Isaac advancing here, and K-Bob just not his day on Nomad, and I really think it came back to the site of that town center. I do believe that he saw it at the beginning, and I think he was
Yeah,
hoping to have the surprise element there, but it didn't quite work out that way.
yeah. I mean, very questionable to put that TC down. I mean, it's hard because you don't want to have a bunch of idle time and give your opponent some time. But even if he had just been on that other food hub, I don't know. Maybe it's a lack of scouting. I don't think it was too terrible. He held out there just fine. I think if he had gone to a main wood line on the bog, if he'd been able to do that, and if he had gone sooner to the other food hub to get food, he would have been fine. But I think he's just too choked for resources and wasn't able to get what he needed.
Yeah, I mean the KD really tells it all. 29 to 3 KD for Sir Isaac. 30 units lost in total. That was because the Boar took Khabib's one Vil, and Sir Isaac moving on to the next round, who has decided to join us in chat. Sir Isaac, I do believe that I saw you streaming with a tree cube mod today. Just saying.
Disgusting, disgusting. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see when we see Isaac next. I'm hoping to see something a little more um, decisive on Battlegrounds. If that's the only complaint I'd give him tonight, felt like it took so long to close that when he had such a lead. But look, but I think picking Nomads here, he picked a map that suited him. He was ready to play messy and clearly can play well in that context. So
Yeah, I
um,
mean, it really felt like Kbob had a much well, he had more momentum going into the last game after the second game, and really holding on for so long on the first. I think he felt good coming into this one. Just uh, the messiness outdid him. Sir Isaac takes it. And for those of you who don't wish to have any spoilers, please look away. We are going to update the bracket here, give you guys a quick rundown of potential matchups moving forward. And yeah, I think Kamura are fine on this map. Honestly, I think.
yeah, we didn't really get to discuss the civs because of the action started real hot and heavy early on with this one. But yeah, I think Amur are a great pick on Nomad in generally. The farm bonus makes the messiness of a situation like this so much more manageable.
Absolutely. But yeah, avoiding spoilers, guys, please look away. But we will update the bracket as we see a 2-1 win here for Sir Isaac. And lots of interesting matchups to come as the Ghost versus New Normal, Beck versus Hannibal Barca, the Gothfather versus Andrew, K something I never looked at the video to pronounce his name against Jabari, BBB versus Desvoop, Daisy Chain versus Skamaz, Phoenix versus Geo, and Lord Savage versus Sir Isaac. So lots of interesting matchups to come. Moving into the round of 8, which it's hard to believe we've already made it to the round of 8.
Yeah, looking forward to these 8 sets here. I have it on good authority that there is actually our first in the whole tournament, I believe, Sunken Isthmus's game coming up.
Yes, Hitch has been dying to see that map in action. I can't wait to see it as well, but uh, we're really going to start to see more maps. This is the last round of 8, will be the last best of 3. So moving into the semifinals, well, I guess the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals will be best of 5s, and then the finals being a best of 7. So a lot of those maps really going to come into play here in the end of the tournament that we haven't seen so much of. So players are going to have to prepare a different strategy, or at least be prepared to play something on those maps. So that should be really fun to watch.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of land maps so far, which is completely reasonable considering that's a bulk of what a lot of Age of Empires is. But tons of hybrid and a couple water maps in this pack. So players are going to have to be ready, and I think it's going to show the more well-rounded players versus the land-focused players as we get into those quarterfinals.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, that's going to do it for us today. We are going to resume casting games on Friday evening. Tomorrow I will be out as well, but we'll be casting all weekend long as we already have some sets turned in to cast. So that will be nice. Are you making fun of my lifting now, Hitch? Is that what's
I'm
going
not
on in
making fun
chat?
of you. No,
Uh
no,
huh.
no.
Uh
I'm
huh.
just laughing.
Yes, you're
I'm
hilarious.
expressing the feelings of the community that are missing out on casts that they'd have otherwise.
Well, they will have non-stop casting this weekend,
Wait,
so
I think if you're lifting though, then you got to start showing yourself on stream during cast so that players can admire your progress.
Listen. The focal point of casting a tournament is the players in the tournament. I'm just here talking and babbling on like a fool. When we go back to streaming my point of view, the camera will be back on, guys. But nonetheless, thank you guys for tuning in this evening. It's been great to have you. Best of luck to everyone moving forward. I hope you guys enjoyed. But any closing remarks, Hitch?
Uh, Good job, guys. It was fun to watch you play.
I thought we were
Thank
gonna
you.
hear something like pick Sunken Isthmus more, but we didn't.
No, no. Oh, you know what? If you want a last thought, if you're ever playing Arena Cove as Byzantines, don't research every tech you need for Elite Cataphract and Logistica, and then go full scouts and never make any skirms. I think that's the worst strategy in Age of Empires anyone's ever come up with. So,
There you have it, guys. There's some advice for you and a jab at someone that did that. But he knows who he is, and we've had a good time with it. So thank you guys, and have a good one. Catch you later.